So this exercise, they're called wrist CARs. Now CARs stands for controlled articular rotation. It's a fancy schmancy way of saying we're gonna do joint circles but focusing on the wrist capsule. So like I've always mentioned in a lot of my videos, what we're going to do is use a technique considered total body tension or irradiation. So what we do when we normally use irradiation is we take a nice deep breath into our core, we contract and irradiate that contraction throughout our whole body. So you want to contract your chest, your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, everything in your body is contracted because it's going to help you recruit more muscle fibers and help you go deeper into that range of motion. So with our forearms and our wrist, we're going to tuck our elbows close by our sides to avoid any unnecessary movement. Gonna take a nice deep breath in, contract everything in our body, and we're going to just start by doing circles. So really you can go in any direction, counterclockwise, clockwise, both in the same direction, opposite directions. It doesn't matter as long as you're just moving your wrist. So one example here, I'll just do one hand so you can watch. I'm going to flex my wrist as much as I can, bring it out to the side, down, bring it as deep into an extension as I can, and then back up. Now it seems kind of easy, but there's a lot of faults with this movement. So for a lot of people, when they do this, they will roll their forearm to fake a range of motion, and you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is act as if you have a shot glass on your forearm and you're trying to balance that shot glass. And if you move your forearm, bam, you drop it, you're not the cool guy at the bar anymore and you can't do your wrist CARs with a shot. So that's the main thing, is focus on your forearm, even if you want to put a little X mark with a marker just to have a viewpoint to see if you're moving. And another good tip for when performing these is when you get to this bottom position and you're bringing your hand back up to flexion, you don't want to cup your hands. A lot of people do that. They'll be down in extension, try to bring in that corner, and they do this and then pop their hand up. You really want to drive the force up and imagine you're raising the knuckle pads of your hand upward towards the ceiling versus raising your fingertips. So a little example again from a few different angles. We're here, going down, in, up, and this is supposed to be a very slow tempo, very controlled movement. Our main focus is trying to move the joint through its full range of motion, or at least try to establish a further range of motion. So a little side view as well. Here's my arm. If you want to do a single arm at a time, what you can do is place your hand on that medial side of your elbow, and you can start and roll and circle that wrist. If you find it like a tough spot, you can actually play with that corner. So like here, for example, for me, I feel like I have a little bit of a restriction, so I might just focus on that one half of that wrist CAR. So I'm here, back, and repeat. So those are wrist CARs.